Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Bloom by Helen Hardt, narrated by Sierra Kline and Jack Calihan. Chapter 1. Frankie. My sister Mandy, short for Amanda, says I have two settings, high and low. If there's any truth to her hypothesis, I've been on the low setting for the last month. Sitting here at dinner with my parents, Mandy, and her best friend and brand new boyfriend, Jackson Paris, isn't helping my mood. On tonight of all nights. Did they really forget what day it is? Mandy looks adorable, as usual. The woman can eat like a teenage boy and never gain an ounce. Plus, she's the perfect height, whereas I'm the giantess of the bunch, taller than both my sister and my mother. Not that I mind my height, but that, plus my wide waist and narrow hips, make it difficult to find clothes that fit. Mandy doesn't have that issue. Her cute hourglass figure looks amazing in everything from high fashion to sweats and yoga pants. Tonight she's wearing simple black leggings, a pink tunic, and clunky-heeled sandals, and it all works for her. She clears her throat. "Jack and I have some news." Mom smiles. "What is it, dear?" Mandy raises her left hand, showing us the sparkler on her ring finger. "We're engaged!" "That's wonderful!" Mom grabs Mandy's hand and eyes the new bauble. "Congratulations, Jackson. Mandy," Dad says much more calmly than Mom. He's never been one to get too emotional, but his smile says it all. This engagement isn't news to me. Mandy's been trying to hide her hand since we sat down, but I caught a glimpse of it. I noticed it. I knew the announcement was coming, and it's been eating away at me since I saw that shimmering rock on her finger. I force a smile. "That's great, Mand." I should be happy for my sister. And I am on some level. Many levels, actually. She's been in love with Jackson forever, and Mandy never had a lot of dates before him. She's gorgeous, even though I was always considered the beauty between the two of us. It had more to do with Mandy's introversion than with anything else. She thought it was because she refused to wear contact lenses until recently. Something about touching her eyeball grossing her out. For Jackson, apparently she touched her eyeball, and then, about a week ago, she got laser surgery, so she'd no longer have to. But the truth is that Mandy has always been attractive, glasses or not. She's the only one who didn't believe it. So, yeah, I'm happy for my sister. But tonight, really? I'm trying to focus on Mandy and her happiness, truly trying. But how did they all forget so quickly? I don't blame Dad so much. He never remembers important dates. But I expected a lot better from my mother and my sister, because today is the day I was supposed to marry Pendleton Barry. And instead, I'm sitting at a family dinner while my sister announces her engagement to Jackson Paris, who, by anyone's standards, is a first-class stud. I've known him forever. He's been a staple at our house since before I could talk. He and Mandy have been best friends for so long, I can't remember a time when he wasn't around. I'm not exactly sure how they became an item, only that a month ago, Jack was in a car accident, and he woke up in love with my sister. A few days later, I found out the truth about my own fiancé. So my wedding, the one that was supposed to be taking place this very day, it was canceled, and my relationship was over. Completely and totally over. The fiasco with my bridesmaids' dresses, the bachelorette party, all for nothing. One of those Long Island playboys from my bachelorette party gave me his phone number that night and whispered in my ear for me to call him later. He was a hottie, too, with dark brown skin and light brown eyes. Looking back, I wish I had taken him up on his offer. I still have his card with his number on it, but he won't even remember me at this point. "And you'll be my maid of honor, of course, Frankie." I jerk out of my thoughts at Mandy's voice and force a smile. "Sure, of course." It'll be a small wedding, Mandy says. Just you and the best man, no other bridal party. I don't say it, but that's because Mandy doesn't have any friends. Not close friends like I have. Isabella, Gigi, and I have been besties since college at Melville University. Truth be told, I wish they were here with me now. I could use some support. This is also amazing, honey, Mom says. We couldn't have picked a better man for you. Jack, you're already part of the family. You have been for decades. I'll be honored to make it official. Jackson curves his lips up into an infectious grin. Mandy prattles on about arrangements, and quite frankly, it's getting on my nerves. I want to be happy for her. Mandy deserves everything in this world. But how could they totally not remember that this was the night I was supposed to become Mrs. Pendleton Barry? Jackson asks the server to bring a bottle of champagne, and I can't take it anymore. I stand. Excuse me, I have to go. Frankie, Mandy says, we're going to toast. I want you here. I'm not the petulant type. I never have been. There have been times when Mandy and I didn't get along, and I know she's been envious of me. But I've never felt that way toward her. Right now, though, I do envy her. I hate the feeling, but I do. Not only is she stealing my wedding thunder, but she's doing it with the proverbial perfect man. And she's doing it on the night I was supposed to get married. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little cantankerous. I scrunch my napkin in my fist and throw it on top of the table. No, thank you. Frankie, Mom admonishes. I meet my mother's gaze, so like my own. You really don't remember, do you? Remember what, Frankie? Mandy gasps. Oh my God, Frankie, I'm so sorry, we weren't thinking. No, you were thinking. Just not about... I shake my head. I want to cry. Make them see how upset I am. But the tears don't come, because I know I'm better off not being Mrs. Pendleton Barry. We were on again, off again so many times, and in the end, nothing would have worked between us. But still, they could have thought about the date. Please, don't go, Mandy says. We'll cancel the champagne, right, Jack? Why, Mandy Cake? Jack asks, and then darts his gaze to me. What's going on? Mandy hates that pet name, but now she seems to take it in stride. Because today is the day Frankie was supposed to marry Penn, remember? Jackson, my mother, and my father all drop their jaws in unison, one right after the other. It's almost comical. Great. Here come the looks of sympathy, the looks of pity. Frankie, Mom says. Oh my gosh, how could we have been so obtuse? I don't know, I say, and yes, I say it petulantly. I'm 27 years old, but at the moment, I feel like I'm 5 and my sister stole my lunchbox. I'm being ridiculous, childish. Mandy deserves happiness, and she'll have it with Jackson, I have no doubt. She will be happier with Jack than I could have ever been with Penn. But still, it hurts. It freaking hurts. Not so much the breakup with Penn, but the fact that not one of them thought about today's date. Please, sit down, Dad says. We haven't ordered yet, and you must be hungry. We'll make this up to you, Frankie. How do you think you're going to do that? Do you think I'm not going to remember that you guys all forgot what date this was? You think you can wipe my memory clean? You think you can... Please. Mom gives me a sympathetic smile. Just sit. No one is going to try to make you forget. God knows we couldn't do that. What is that supposed to mean? And yes, I'm petulant again. I feel like I'm Samantha Baker in that old movie you used to make us watch when we were kids. 16 Candles? You know, when the whole family forgot her birthday? We've never forgotten your birthday, Dad says. True, they haven't. I sigh. I know that, Dad. To be honest, Mandy says, we thought you were okay. You didn't seem that upset after you and Penn broke up. You seemed kind of relieved. I won't give her the satisfaction of telling her she's right. In the back of my mind, I knew Pendleton Barry wasn't my forever. But I put so much into him. We were on again, off again for over 5 years, which should have been my first clue. I draw in a breath, count to 10. I don't like feeling petulant, and my sister does deserve a moment to shine, even if it's on the day I was supposed to become Mrs. Pendleton Barry. Congratulations, both of you. I don't take my seat. But honestly, I'm just not feeling up to this. I'm happy for you, truly, but I think I'm going to go. Frankie, Mom is using her "I'm your mother" voice. She is still my mother, but I no longer live at home. I haven't for the last 5 years, and I don't need to do what my mommy says just because she says it. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. We have to talk, Mandy says. About wedding stuff. About maid of honor stuff. We'll have plenty of time to do that. I'd rather not do it tonight, if it's all the same to you. Mandy nods, and I can see in her gray eyes that she understands, and she's very sorry. I will forgive her. I always do. We've had knockdown dragouts that were way worse than this, and we've always forgiven each other. But tonight, I can't be here. Okay, Mandy relents. And again, Frankie, I hold up a hand to stop her. I can't take any more of the pitying looks. I know you're sorry. Please let that be the last time you say it. I grab my purse hanging over my chair, and with as much dignity as I can, I walk away from the table and out of the restaurant. I'm not sure where I'm going. Isabella and Gigi probably already have plans. It's Saturday night. Gigi is almost always busy on Saturday, and Isabella is about 75% of the time. Neither has had a serious relationship since our college days, so they can teach me the ropes now. Show me where to meet the good quality men. Hell, I don't even care if he's good quality. I kind of just want to get laid. I still have the card from the Long Island Playboy. I haven't eaten, but I'm not particularly hungry. I went on a food bender after Penn told me he was cheating. I had been practically starving myself for the previous 2 months so I could be svelte on my wedding day, and I went a little overboard after the breakup. After a week of chili fries and Ben & Jerry's, I haven't been very hungry since. Part of me wishes I'd stayed for the champagne toast, but only because alcohol sounds pretty good right now. I duck into the first bar I see. It's on the first floor of a residential building owned by Braden Black, the blue-collar billionaire, which means it's ultra-swanky. Marble flooring, dark wood, and top-shelf liquor lining mirrored glass shelves. Lucky for me, there happen to be a couple of empty stools at the bar. I grab one and fish my credit card out of my purse. A bartender steps forward, and boy, is he hot. Blonde, with gorgeous blue eyes, and his name tag says Alfred. He meets my gaze. Hello there. Hello, Alfred. I try to smile at him, but it feels fake. You look like you could use something to take the edge off. My God, you have no idea. What do you recommend? He hands me a menu of custom cocktails. Do you like sweet drinks, or do you prefer them on the drier side? I glance at the menu, but lack the mental energy to process any of the drink descriptions. At the moment, I'm thinking anything with alcohol will do. Been that kind of day, huh? Like I said before, you have no idea. Tell you what, he smiles. Let me mix you up something special. I feel like you need a dash of sweetness in your life tonight. He probably says that to everyone. Sure, whatever. I'm game, but not too sweet. Alfred turns away, and I let out a breath. I have no idea what I look like. I did my hair and makeup before I met my parents and Mandy at the restaurant, but I haven't checked it since then. And you know what? I don't care. Someone slides into the seat next to mine. I look up, and I suck in a breath. The man turns to me, his face half obscured with a white mask that covers his eyes and his right cheek. It looks glossy, as if it's made of porcelain, but it can't possibly be. That would make it heavy. It's tied behind his head with a black silk ribbon. I'm sorry, he says in a deep and husky voice. Did I startle you? No, it's just your costume. He tilts his head.
What makes you think it's a costume?
Well, I look over my shoulder. No one else seems to be dressed like you. Are you part of the entertainment for the night? There's no stage here, so he's probably not here to entertain.
Maybe this is what I wear all the time. Did you ever think of that?
I can't help staring. His hair is the darkest brown. It looks black, except for the hints of gold where the light hits it just right. His eyes are the color of rich coffee, and his jawline is stubbled in black and could be sculpted out of marble. His skin is lightly tanned, and I long to see his full face. I can sort of see half of it, as the Phantom of the Opera mask only covers his eyes and the right side of it. He's wearing a white button-down shirt with the first 2 buttons undone, and dark chest hair peeks out. Black jeans and black slip-on shoes, no socks. And, of course, a black velvet cape around his shoulders. Okay, then, I say, trying not to fidget. So this is what you normally wear?
I didn't say that. I said, what if it were?
Then I'd say you're trying to hide something. He smiles. His lips are full and pink, and for a moment, I wonder what they would feel like against my own. I clasp my hands together to keep from wringing them. I'm not sure what to think of this guy yet. Then level with me. Is this what you normally wear, or are you pulling my leg? Before he answers, Alfred approaches us.
Good evening, Phantom. The usual tonight? Yes. Thank you, Alfred.
Phantom? He's actually called Phantom? Now that's intriguing. What is this guy's story? What's the usual? I ask him.
The usual, he says, enunciating slowly, is a dry martini with 2 olives and a dash of Saint Germain.
Saint Germain, I think for a moment before it comes to me. Isn't that elderflower liqueur?
It is.
Seems out of place in a martini. A regular gin martini, I assume?
A martini is a gin martini,
Phantom says, his tone almost professorial.
If you want vodka instead of gin, you specifically ask for a vodka martini.
Yes, I know that.
Then I commend you, he says. Most people don't.
I'm not most people. But anyway, the Saint Germain. In a martini?
Absolutely.
Why? He smiles slightly.
Because Saint Germain makes everything a little bit better.
I'm not sure what to say to his comment, so I say nothing, though his smile has me squirming.
And what did you order?
Phantom asks. I drop my gaze to the bar in front of me. Honestly, I have no idea. Alfred said he'd mix up something special for me. He leans toward me a bit more.
I see. Are you having a bad evening?
His nearness makes me want to tremble, in a good way. Why would you ask that?
I've known Alfred a long time, and he doesn't offer to whip up something special unless someone really needs it.
I sigh. So it really is that obvious.
What I don't understand, he says, is how someone as beautiful as you could possibly be having a bad evening.
My cheeks warm from the compliment.
Tell me,
Phantom continues.
What's wrong?
I sigh again. It's a long and boring story.
I'm not going anywhere, and I doubt anything about you could be boring.
His dark eyes mesmerize me. I wonder if that's why he wears the mask, so people will focus only on his eyes. They're deep and dark and long-lashed. Women would kill for eyes like that. I just need a drink, I say.
You have one in front of you.
Alfred's special is a light orangey brown, which, of course, could be anything. It's in a martini glass rimmed with white crystals. Salt? Sugar? Alfred said he'd make me something sweet, so my working guess is sugar. I grab the glass by the stem, bring it to my mouth, and take a small sip. As I suspected, the crystals are sugar, and they give a little sweetness to the otherwise sour, lemony orange flavor. It dances along my tongue, and I'm enjoying it until I set it down and push it toward Alfred. Is this a sidecar?
It's a special version of a sidecar, Alfred says, made with lemon juice and orange juice, and a gorgeous brandy from France, with a dash of Saint Germain. Phantom chuckles next to me. Alfred may be a top-notch bartender, but I'm the one who introduced him to the joys of Saint Germain.
Alfred and Phantom are both charming, to be sure, and they have no way of knowing, but a sidecar is my sister's favorite drink. Of all the nights that I did not need to be reminded of my sister. I shove my credit card toward Alfred. I'll take my check now, and then I'm getting out of here. Phantom covers my hand with his own and slides my credit card back toward me.
Please, allow me. Neither one of you has to pay, Alfred says. If you don't like your drink, you're not going to get charged for it. Company policy. I'll make you something else.
It's my own fault. I should have just ordered what I wanted. The problem is, I don't know what I want. Not tonight.
How about I get you a glass of water while you decide, Alfred says.
I glance at Phantom. You know what? It's been a long time since I've had a good martini. Make me one of his Saint Germain martinis. I'd like to try it.
You got it.
Alfred turns his back and begins to mix drinks.
It's a strong drink, Phantom says.
Yeah? I can handle it. I know my way around alcohol, for sure. I feel kind of bad, actually. The twisted sidecar Alfred made me was quite delicious, and it's not his fault that I'm feeling pissy at my sister. So pissy that I don't want to be reminded of her even via her favorite cocktail. It's not Mandy's fault that Penn is a jackass, cheating bastard, and that she finally got her heart's desire just as mine was being broken. Of course, it is her fault that she forgot today was the day I was supposed to be married. It's her fault, Jackson's fault, and mostly my parents' fault. They should have remembered. Alfred finishes our martinis and slides them toward us. I pick mine up, and the sweet aroma of elderflower wafts toward me. Here goes nothing.
Chapter 2. Phantom. What is her name? I don't normally concern myself with such mundane things as someone's name, but as I stare at this beauty sitting next to me, I find myself wanting to know. Her hair is long and dark, though a few shades lighter than mine, and it falls over her shoulders in thick waves. Her oval face and high cheekbones are perfection, but the truly remarkable feature is her eyes. They're the lightest silvery blue, and I could easily get lost in them. I make it a requirement to never get lost in a woman. I'm not looking for companionship. I'm looking for playmates, women whom I can take to the club and engage with in a scene. So I don't concern myself with names, because if I did, I'd have to reveal my own name, and I don't do that here. No one knows my name here, other than Alfred. I'm known only as Phantom, and I always show up in costume. Many times a woman has tried to get me to reveal my name. I never have. This is separate from my other life, the life where I make a living, do my work. Here, I dive into the deepest and darkest parts of my desires with willing partners, and I never tell them my name. Nor do I ask theirs. So why is curiosity engaging me tonight? This woman is beautiful, yes, and her outfit is stunning, except it's only black leggings and a black tunic, with a low-cut neck that shows the swells of her gorgeously shaped breasts. Her nails and lips are painted red, and I can imagine those lips, held open with a spider gag, around my cock as I fuck her lusty little mouth. Before she takes a drink, I lift my glass and clink it to hers. Here's to alcohol, the rose-colored glasses of life. She smiles. Rose-colored glasses. I could use those about now. I wish I could take credit then, but I didn't coin the phrase. F. Scott Fitzgerald did. Author? Do you know of another? She smiles again. Yeah, my butcher. Her eyes dance. I'm kidding. She takes a sip. What do you think? I ask. She pauses a moment, cocking her head as if she's trying to find the right words. It's strong, for sure, but it's unique. I honestly expected the juniper of the gin to overpower the elderflower, but it doesn't. It's more like a floral scent that comes on a light breeze. A breeze that's also scented with pine needles and wood and earth. Like the autumn. The soft breeze of an autumn day. The kind that makes the leaves rustle around your feet. I stare at her for a moment, at those red lips, as she picks up her glass and takes another sip. I'm not sure how she did it, but she almost took those words straight out of my head. That's exactly what this martini is like. It always reminds me of a line from my favorite novel, The Great Gatsby. Life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. That's what this drink is like. Sure, there are other drinks that are more seasonally appropriate, like crisp apple cider, wassail, hot buttered rum. But something about my special martini, the juniper and the elderflower, takes me to the crispness of autumn. I need to get to know this woman better. If she has me quoting Fitzgerald and then brings out the Gatsby in me, I definitely need to get to know her better.
Chapter 3. Frankie. I take another drink of Phantom's special martini. It goes down way more smoothly than I expected, and I realize I need to be careful. I can hold my liquor, but this is a strong drink, and I haven't eaten anything since breakfast. I skipped lunch, thinking I'd have a big dinner at the restaurant, but I left before we ordered food. I don't like myself very much tonight. I acted like an absolute baby at dinner. But on the other hand, none of them remembered what today was supposed to be. Not that it matters. I'm way better off not being married to Penn. If he was cheating on me before we were married, he'd certainly cheat on me after. Plus, he's kind of a loser. Sure, he had a trust fund, and I would have had fun helping him spend it. But I'm better than that. That's what Mandy told me. "You're better than that, Frank," she said, after I told her my wedding was off. Phantom and I don't talk as we each finish our drinks, but the silence between us isn't uneasy. We don't even know each other. I'm wildly attracted to him, and just being near him has my body wound up like a bowstring. Before I know it, I've drained the last of my martini, and I'm eating the olives off the toothpick.
Can I get you another?
Phantom asks. No, I'd better stop at one. I haven't eaten anything yet this evening.
Then we should remedy that, he says. There are a few tables available. Can I buy you dinner?
This is a bar, I say.
That's true, but they still serve great food. You look like you could use a burger with all the fixings.
As if in anticipation, my stomach lets out a growl. Phantom smiles. Guilty. I am hungry. I've kind of been on a diet, though. He rakes his gaze over my body, making me warm all over.
You don't need to be on a diet.
Well, I kind of do. I stop. No, I am not going to obsess about my weight. Time to turn over a new leaf. You know what? A big greasy burger sounds amazing. But first, you need to do something for me. He smiles.
Other than buy you dinner?
I didn't mean that to sound ungrateful. I'm happy to pay for my own dinner, but I would like to know your name. His lips curve slightly downward.
Why should we spoil this with names?
How can a name spoil it? He places his fingers on my lips.
Not yet. Not tonight. Tonight, I'm your Phantom, and you are my beautiful angel of music.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?